In Italy are calling to temporarily bring back border controls to curb the massive spread of immigration from the Middle East and North Africa. France has already upped its security with armed soldiers patrolling the streets. The government says it's to prevent terrorism, but as Daniel Bushel discovers, it's feared is just one step closer to a police state.
Soldiers on the streets with machine guns. This is France's Vigipirate system, Europe's most expensive anti-terror program to fight what it calls the growing terrorist threat. The government claims troops make the public feel safer, but that's not what people think.
They look a little bit dangerous.
They can use the force another way if they like.
It's a bit frightening with guns.
Premier Francois Fillon says troops are required because France bombing Libya threatens a terror attack at home. You'll now find soldiers at shops, tourist sites, government buildings, train stations, airports, schools and churches. But experts say the system doesn't even work.
The main feature of terrorism is that it's impossible to foresee.
Vigipirate's real target is not to catch terrorists, says one investigator, but to monitor the public.
It's easy to persuade people that there could be a terrorist in this metro station. It's easy then for people in France to believe, well, then they have a right to listen to my phone calls, which they do. They do it. They have a right to monitor my emails and Facebook, because they're only protecting us.
Troops are only the visible part. Authorities can now read people's emails under a law passed quietly in February. President Sarkozy also signed a bill for police to tap phones without getting judges' authorization. To justify the invasion of people's privacy, says one author, Sarkozy makes France's 6 million Arabs a scapegoat.
He has to make them afraid, thinking that there is an Arab with a bomb here down the bed.
The government recently branded Muslims a problem and banned the Muslim full-face veil. Some already mock the ban and what they see as an Arab witch hunt by going out in veils and miniskirts. There's also the large cost. While workers continue to be laid off in the economic crisis, Vigipirate's estimated price is €18 billion each year, enough to create 1 million new teaching jobs. An embarrassed government, analysts say, tries to hide the amount.
Vigipirate is very expensive because the executive can move resources from one area to another quite quickly. It's very difficult to find an exact figure.
Critics like Michel Colon have dubbed the Vigipirate system Vichy-Pirate. Vichy was France's fascist regime in the Second World War. It spied and informed on people and targeted ethnic minorities. The French government today stands accused of doing the same to its own citizens. Daniel Bushel, RT, Paris.
Many of the North African refugees who have gained access to Europe have tried to make their way into France to be reunited with their relatives. France's far-right leader says the increasing numbers of foreigners are creating a social and cultural rift.
They say we're in a democracy, but authorities refuse to show the real figures on how many immigrants there are. There are probably 6 to 7 million Muslims here already, plus additional immigration on a massive scale each year. This is an organised replacement of our population. This threatens our very survival. We don't have the means to integrate those who are already here. The result is endless cultural conflict. You can be against immigration, fight immigration, suspend all immigration, but not hate immigrants as individuals. I understand immigrants want a better future here, but I honestly say to them, you can't find a better future here. We're finding it hard to give a better future to our own people as it is.